Money, happy release day to you. Long time coming because we did see your EP a little bit before this, but I have to assume you're very excited for Big Money coming out today.
Yeah, definitely. And it's BET weekend, so time is the way it was set up is everything is perfect.
Right. The single Big Money came out 2 weeks ago. Did you know when you were recording Big Money that that was the focus single to name the album after?
I knew it was a focus. I didn't know it was the focus single to name the album after, but when I heard the beat sounded real cinematic, so I was like, this is gonna be a hot song, and it's probably gonna be one of them ones.
Right. Does the beat usually come first for you, or is it sometimes you're pairing the lyrics with the beat?
Sometimes I'm pairing, it depends, it's 50-50. Sometimes you might have a starting line for a song, and you know that starting line is so crazy that it's gonna be a hard song, and then sometimes you hear a beat and you know that that beat is gonna be the leader for that hard song too.
Do you do any of the recording at home?
All of it. I do all of it at home.
Really? Okay, that is so interesting to me because you have this career where you're commercially successful, yet you're a business genius. I called you the genius. You didn't say you're a genius. That's me right here.
Yeah, for sure.
The career that you have right now, is this where you thought that you would be 5-6 years ago? Like, did you have it all mapped out in your head?
At first, I was a little unsure, and then after a few years went by, and when I got the money to actually put behind myself, I knew it was gone. I knew it was gonna take over. I was like, you know what? There's no stopping. The music sounds good, so it's just out of here.
But you've been calling your own shots successfully. Like a lot of other artists need that genius entrepreneur guy who's going, okay, this is what you're going to do and this is what you're going to do. Did you know from the beginning, hey, it's me calling the shots?
Yeah, definitely. I knew from the beginning. But when I got with Empire, it was kind of like a collaborative effort because they just take what I do and they just magnify it and then make sure whatever I'm doing, I do it bigger. So, but either way, from the beginning, I was calling the shots. I knew what was going on because I kind of studied the game, and then I knew where I was going to place the music, market it, all that type of stuff. Then when I got with Empire, we start working together on everything.
When did you first start to notice that you were good with finances?
I was good with finances young because probably I'm talking about 12 years old because I always kept money. So to keep money, you got to be able to save it and know what to do with it and how to work it. So I always kept money in my pocket.
Were you always specifically interested in cryptocurrency, or did you start off with stocks?
No, I never got to figure out what stocks was. Stocks never really interested me. I thought it was kind of boring maybe. But till I seen the Wolf on Wall Street. When I seen the Wolf on Wall Street, I was like, okay, let me check into this. Or when I heard his story. But crypto was the first thing I really got into because I was on the other side of it. Crypto was really only for people who was back then. It wasn't only for on the dark side of it, but yeah. I was on the dark side, and I was like, I needed crypto to kind of move this around and that around.
So when did you first get online? I say that because you were so early into crypto. Most people who are serious about the internet maybe learned about it 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Oh, I heard about it when it was before it was so big, because I don't know why I heard about it. I don't know how I stumbled upon the internet, but it was some people doing some things that I really can't say. And they were talking about the internet, and I was just paying attention from then on.
I'm a private investigator, so I know that you're talking about the dark web right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So what was your introduction to the internet like? Were you an AOL kid or a Prodigy kid or what?
Oh, no, I was on, I seen AOL, the end of AOL. That's when I started getting online, because I used to have to look certain things up on the internet just to see definite. I knew it was easier to look up stuff for information. So that's how I got on there. I was looking it up early. That was the end of, was it AOL? I think it was AOL. AOL was a search engine, right?
AOL was like an online service where you had the screen name and you instant message, but it also had this search engine part.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I came in at the end of that.
Nice. So now at this point in time, when you're doing interviews, you must have to go, do they want to talk to me about the music, or the money. When did you start to notice that people want to talk to you about the finance stuff? Because, hey, Forbes loves you now. They all love you in the finance world.
I started noticing that about a year and a half ago, because I used to get online and, you know, I used to give people tips on how to boost their credit and stuff like that. But it was just because when I found out, I was just spreading the word to some of my people. I was like, hey, you know, you can kind of finesse the system, or you can find this little glitch right here. And that's all I was explaining to people. So once they caught wind of that, they started coming to me and asking me for things. I don't say I'm a financial advisor or nothing like that, because I don't have a degree in that or anything like that. It's just certain things that I found out that you can kind of take advantage of, and I just spread the word on it.
Do you do startup investing?
Yeah, I do startup investing. If I find something that I like, that's basically what I'm doing in crypto. If you invest in crypto, that's startup investing, because a lot of these companies' technology isn't even developed yet. So you kind of startup investing. So I'm just a fan of startup investing all the way around the board.
Wow. So I have to imagine you're very, very busy at the moment, because most people who have platinum and multi-platinum singles, they have to focus on creating the next great thing and doing the tour in support of it. But you also have to watch your money, and you also have other investments going on. So it seems like you must be on your phone all day and all night.
Yeah, you know, it's so crazy when I'm moving around. I just got my phone playing, what do you call it? Just countless information. I'm just intaking countless information every day. I really need to give my brain a rest, because I'm all day, every day when I'm working out, when I'm walking around, I'm just intaking information. I'm never not intake. Even when I'm going to sleep, I got the phone playing some type of new information. So it's just really, it's becoming a lot to kind of handle.
Nice. Well, big money. It's out today. Do you already have ideas for your next album in store?
Yeah, I got my next album. It's gonna be called Blackout. I might change it though, because I drop EPs in between albums. So, but for right now, the next one is called Blackout, and it's gonna go crazy. We also got a deluxe coming soon. For this album right here, we're gonna drop a deluxe as well.
Wow. So you record at home, you're already working on the next stuff. So do you have a full-time engineer that you go, it's 2 a.m, you're thinking, and you go, get on the computer right now because we're recording?
No, I know how to record myself. I already got a template set, it's ready to go. I can wake up out my bed, go upstairs and record. Or I can sleep in the studio on the couch, get up and record, because I'm ready to record at all times. I got so much music I want to get out. And then, you know, certain times it hit you, I don't feel like booking a studio and doing all this and that. But Gazi, which is the CEO of Empire, he mixes my music. Like, he puts the final touches on it. He did for this album and the album before that. He's been mixing the song. So I record it myself, then I send it off.
Do I have it correct that there's an NFT that's also out today?
Yep, this is probably like my 3rd NFT. And we sold the limited amount, and you got access to the Empire Brunch, which is the BET After Awards party with a lot of celebrities and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay. So having all this activity now, because you put out an EP 2 months ago, how far ahead do you plan your music? Like, are you already thinking about 2024?
Yeah, I'm already thinking about 2024. I'm already thinking about how much music I want to make. I want to make as many songs as I can, quality as possible. So I always have, like, when I drop an album, I always probably got like 10 or 20 extra songs left over, 30 songs maybe. It depends. I can have a year's worth of songs left over, but the subject matter I'm talking about is always relevant, no matter if it's a year later, because of the sports references I talk about, the money references I talk about. It's always a little bit ahead, so you can put it out next year.
The sports references cracks me up a little bit, because I remember on say the Ludacris album Word of Mouth, when he's talking about Lorenzo Kennett, and you go, that reference did not maybe hold up. You make a good point there that maybe the sports references are dated.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Unless you know how to put it in there, like, because I make a lot of sports references, but I reference like current players. Like, I might reference Anthony Edwards, or John Moran, or you know, somebody nobody knows, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah,
those are references that people would be like, you got to be a real NBA fan to know what I'm talking about.
Totally. Is sports your number 2? Like, in other words, is it music, money, then sports? Is that your number 3? Where does it rank with hobbies?
Sports is up there because I listen to sports all day. I work out a lot and listen to sports shows all day. That's why I say I'm taking a lot of information all day. I'm listening to new music. I'm listening to sports. I'm listening to crypto. I'm listening to this type of financial advice, and I'm looking at a movie all in one day. That's a lot of stuff. So your head got to have a lot of bandwidth to be intaking all that every day. I can name all the sports players. I can name over 1,000 cryptos probably. I can. It's just crazy. You get what I'm saying? It's insane.
And then another cool thing about big money is great features on it. G Herbo, Benny the Butcher. At this point in time, is there an A&R person who's saying you should work with these people, or is it just organic and friends and it happens naturally?
No, actually, Empire will suggest some people who kind of fit, like who kind of got the same kind of like morals as me or code of ethics. And then I got personal rappers who like I rock with their music. Like I had Nardo Wick on there. I like his music. I had G Herbo on there. I like G Herbo music.
Right. Well, let me ask you about your old musical influences. How old school do you go?
I don't go that old school, but I will go old school just to listen to the sound because I'm a fan of music all the way around the board. I just like good music. It doesn't have to just be rap. It could be Afro beat. It could be classic, like old school music. It could be whatever. I'm just a fan of good music.
Do you have music playing 24/7 when you're around? I ask it because a lot of musicians, singers, rappers, etc., that I speak with don't listen to any music. They go, if I'm on tour, that's enough music for me.
Oh no, I gotta listen to some type of music. Like, all right, so you know how I listen to the sports references, the crypto, whatever financial type shit, and all that other type shit. I still gotta fit music in there. While I'm running or while I'm working out, or I have a week where I just listen to podcasts and all that type of stuff, then a week where I just listen to music, but I gotta listen to music. I have to.
You are ranking as maybe the most interesting person that I've ever interviewed because it seems like there is no off switch with you and you know everything that's going on. Have you always been this mentally active? And by that, I mean, did you have a wake-up call at a certain point when I got to learn stuff, or as a kid were you always reading and looking around?
No, it switched on when I was young. It's always been just get information, keep getting information. I don't know what that's about, but I gotta keep feeding myself information. And stuff just interests me. So I just listen to stuff all day, whether it's music, whether it's podcast, anything. I'm just listening to stuff all day.
Is there somebody on your staff who almost like a talk show host gets the newspapers and goes, this is happening, or somebody goes, this is the interesting stuff? Do you have one of those?
No, I just really stay in the loop. Like I found a way to stay in the loop. Oh, people do tell me stuff. Let me not say that, but for the most part, I stay in the loop. Like it's all kind of alerts going off, so I can I don't know. I just figured it's a lot of stuff to know out here. So I don't think I'm a know-it-all or anything like that. It's just I just want to learn certain information.
Well, down to the last two questions here because the world wants to speak to you today on your release date. My first question is, you had the gold single LLC. When did you start your first LLC?
I started my first LLC when I started Black Circle, which was like, no, I started my first LLC, matter of fact, when I was probably like 17, because I had a record label back then. I just had to have a guardian sign off with me, I believe. But I learned about it early, and I found that out myself. Because I got expelled from high school, right? I got expelled from high school when I was 14.
Yeah.
You know, my school, it was bad. It was bad. So, you know, I was doing stuff. I was doing whatever everybody else was doing, product of my environment. But I found out about LLCs because they put us in an alternative school, which was for bad kids. And when I was in that school, we learned the most stuff ever. We went to a different country. It was crazy. It was insane. So that's probably what sparked me wanting to know stuff. And then they taught us about businesses. We had like football players and NBA players come to us and teach us about businesses and LLCs when we were like 14 years old.
Wow. Well, my last question for you before I let you go. Every time my wife and I start a new TV show, we finish it in 3-4 days and we go, we need a new show. Can you give me a TV recommendation or two for something we should be watching?
What kind of stuff do you like? Like, what kind of TV shows do you like?
We like dumb and smart. We like comedy, documentary, action. We like The Boys. We like Bust Down. We like it all. What do you got?
I like everything. I watch everything too. Like, I was watching a show called See, where the whole world had went blind and then they was going to war with each other. I ain't gonna lie, I like violent TV shows. So I'm not the one to kind of suggest anything. Like, I like Breaking Bad.
Sure.
I like what was the Mexican drug lord? His
Narcos.
Huh?
Is that Narcos, or are you the guy?
El Chapo. It was one about El Chapo.
Oh, nice.
El Chapo had a series and he had a documentary. I watched the made up series and I watched the documentary. So I watch a lot of shows, everything. I watch everything on there. Sci-fi, I watch everything.
Cool.
Comedy, yeah, cool.
Now I know. Well, Monty, congratulations. Looking forward to everything that's come to you, whether it's an NFT, an album, a mixtape, an EP, a movie, a new company you're starting up, whatever it is. Best of luck, and hope to see you live in New York in the near future.
Already.
Paltrocast.